All right, guys. Here with Trey. Welcome back to Crypto Forums. Yeah, I'm gonna give you a quick update. Uh, okay. So before we mentioned that we were going to be making a move up into this range. Yeah. So now as you can see, we've literally hit resistance, and we should be aiming towards the 80K mark or the high 70s, 79, 78K. I don't really even expect 78K. I'll say 79K. 80K is where I really want to see it get to. At that point, we're going to have support. As I said, we're still in the realm of testing back 100K or exceeding 100K, where we should be doing that. It should finish off with a lovely bull trap and then continue downwards. This is a bear market. I don't like all those people out there that getting everybody excited and gassed up and whatnot. You need to stop all that. All right, there's enough of that. The thing is, fair enough, you can be a bull. You don't need to be a bull W. That's all I'll say there. Yeah. The thing is, no matter what, even when you're a bull, you need to have logic. Logic leans both ways, or you need to have you need to have understanding of both directions in order to maintain true logic. Yeah. So at the end of the day, we have a few fundamentals playing out that you can say is the reason why we've actually started this breakdown. The tariffs being mentioned by Trump is probably the main one, as well as the fact that we have options that have expired, BTC options that have expired today. Thank you, ETFs. I love you so much. Ruined everything. But anyway, as I said, this is what we're looking at. The support on 80K. We're going to test back the 100 or so K. I won't set no limits up there. We'll see how bearish this damn thing wants to be when it's ready to be. As before, we have S&P there for some sort of reference of correlation. If this didn't break down there, I'm sure we wouldn't have broke down there in BTC as well. So enough said. I know who I can say is king so far. Um, and it isn't BTC. I'm sorry. It's whoever's got the real quantities of money. So, all right, this is what we have here with this. Yeah, this is the real-time chart. This is the breakdown. We are exceeding this whole section. There's no support to happen. So you can kind of get rid of that optimism. Let's go to another chart of SPX. I'm sorry to be pessimistic, but I'm just being realistic. The world is built pessimistically, if that is even a word. So I'm just being realistic if it sounds pessimistic, if you get what I'm saying. So before we were here, we anticipated that we were going to test here up into around the 5800 range. As you can see, it literally just tested here, very weak test. This was us going off of this form, which was testing up into here. And as I said before, we should be exceeding this point. That's what you're going to be looking for here. And that's why and how we know that BTC is definitely going forever. Yeah. So you can also use pace and the correlation along with the correlation to understand where we're going. We cannot support anywhere around these ranges, and it will most likely be down here based on the fact that we've done this type of pace. The pace indicates where we're going, much less the size of a head. Yeah. So, as I said, I'm all forms here. This is Crypto Forms, and you are here with your host, Trey. And I do not take this channel serious enough, but it is what it is. As long as it helps somebody, when I see some sort of feedback, then I'll offer a bit more input. And that's how it is, you know. As I said, I'm not here to be at the whim of any algorithm whatsoever. So that's the play so far with these two. Yeah. Obviously, as we were saying before with S&P, we're expecting a retest back up into the range. Whether it be this type of test up under what's been done, or this type of test which exceeds this to test further up into here. Being such a weak test, I would not be surprised if we use another one to exceed to test about here, the 5900 mark. Yeah. So also in the altcoins, let's going back to BTC, if we're to consider what's going to be happening with the altcoins when we do test here, some of the more prominent ones will have a test, but don't expect a test back of the peak that was created last February, March. Yeah, do not expect a test back of that. Um, this is a bearish formation. This is a very bearish environment. Yeah, so even something like PEPE, going back to PEPE here, please do not mind these at the moment. Those are just there. Really, I should have removed those. So as I said, don't mind that. I guess you can consider this a comedy channel as well. Because as I said, we're not getting into serious mode yet. As long as I do keep it fairly precise about my price points I am expecting, that should be good enough. As I said, there is a good chance I'm going to turn this into a meme channel where I'll still give the same facts and indications, but in a much more casual way. So I don't bore myself to death either. Okay, so after a support of around here, which is the same as a support around when BTC does a support around 80K, I'm expecting a test of up to around this mark here. As you can see, it is not us testing back this just because BTC is testing back its own or anything like that. We're actually expecting a very bearish formation for PEPE if this is the case, which will lead it to grind further down past this point. Yeah, somewhere down into this range. It has to be discussed on a later date. What we do now, though, is we'll go to Ethereum and just have a quick look at Ethereum because no matter what, a lot of the reference of the altcoin market are off of this, the foundation really of a lot of the altcoins being based off of EVM, Ethereum Virtual Machine, for those that don't know. Yeah. So at the end of the day, a lot of people, a lot of hopefuls are going to be looking here for supports to break out and continue and fly. Maybe by the end of the day, I'm going to use correlation and what BTC does and my anticipation of what I expect BTC to be doing during this whole bear market now. Um, if I was to use that, say for instance, if we anticipate that BTC potentially can probably hit around the mid 50K mark again, there's a good and very strong high chance that that will happen. Where will this go? Ethereum most likely is going to be going down into this range and will exceed, yeah, just like I showed you on Pepe. When it does exceed, I'm anticipating a test around the 400. I don't really have set my alert around 400 and I'll start thinking thereafter at that point. I do expect it to go that low as 400. Yeah. So that's a fourth of the price for those that want to stay in. I would not recommend it. Yeah. I'd recommend making a pull-in and re-entering on anything considered an altcoin. The only one that's probably worth holding for long-term, um, if you have a long-term outlook, is your Bitcoin. But then even Bitcoin, in the very worst case scenario, I'm expecting a test of 11 to 12K. Yeah. As I said, the formation is very important to understand the formation. And as I said, there's a very good chance I'm going to turn this channel into a much more casual channel where I'll be able to teach a bit more about the understanding of formation and to get people's logical basis a bit more formed or founded on that, on this principle, and not just so reliant on fundamentals. The fundamentals are where the tricks lie. The chart speaks for itself. The chart remains true long term or macro wise, you could say. All right, guys. So that sums it up for today. I'm gonna leave you with that for now. I'll be back with an update eventually when we do most of that formation that has been mentioned. And please share, please like, and please follow.